Buddy, here we go. Carl, let's get the post notification live, and it's only on Friday, because Fridays are a good day. Let's get started with another rendition of Have Faith, Let It Begin. On June 16th, 2018, I launched this show, Have Faith, Let It Begin. Join me each and every weekday at 7:30 a.m. live, because this is a show all about faith, motivational topics, inspirational stories, personal testimony designed for you, the daily commuter. My name is Angel, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
30 seconds to go.
Hi, I am Mia. You're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hi, my name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin. Hello, my name is Amari, and today we are back on another episode of Have Faith and Let's Begin.
10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Freddie, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on this Friday, June 14th, 2019, episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. I am so happy to announce that I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling so much better, thanks to my wife, because she is off today, and she allowed me to take a break and sleep as long as I could. Of course, I still woke up in the middle of the night because of the baby, but I got at least 4 to 5 hours straight of sleep, and thanks to that good old NyQuil, definitely NyQuil helped out, and I'm feeling a lot better. Still coughing a little bit, not as often as I've been, as I just hiccuped, and so I feel like I'm starting to make the turn, hopefully, and here comes a cough. Hopefully this will turn over throughout the weekend as I have the weekend off. Folks, let's get started. It's a hot topic today, and this may spill over to a two-part series. Let's find out. The topic today, is the customer always right? Well, this actually came about back in 1909. That's when that phrase was actually made. It was designed, and it was said, the customer's always right. Well, let's fast forward to the present time. But before we do 2019, let's go back 25 years at least. I would say about 25. Let's do 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I would think that the phrase, the customer is always right, was something that we knew to be certain. A lot of times people can make mistakes. Department stores can make errors. Customer service representatives can make errors. People can make mistakes. It's just the way it is. We call that human error. And, when we were younger and our parents were younger, we would have situations that would come up where we would notice that something was wrong on our receipts. Maybe the customer service wasn't up to par. We would complain about it respectfully, and the customer would then, in fact, be received with, response from a supervisor, a manager, or even the actual customer service representative that realized that they were wrong. They excuse themselves and say, I apologize for this inconvenience. Let me see what I can do to rectify the situation. Well, now let's fast forward 30 years forward. 2019. I don't know about you, but it seems to me that it feels as if the customer has to be right, no matter how rude they can be. And that's something that I struggle with each and every day. In the business that I'm in, customers call us. People call us. They want to know what's wrong with certain people. They want to know what time their appointments are. But when you don't have the answer right away, you are yelled at, you are scrutinized, you are treated like garbage. And when you try to defend yourself in a professional manner, you are automatically deemed incompetent. you are automatically given response of, let me speak to your supervisor. Or one thing that I've noticed more and more is each single time a customer has a very short fuse, and I'm talking in the matter of 10 seconds when they are not getting what they want, it is as if it's okay to swear. I've noticed that everybody's language, everybody's day and age, everybody's daily routine, or the way that they speak, involves an expletive, involves a 4-letter F word, it involves a 4-letter S word, and name calling. I don't understand what has happened to us in society. Where did it change? Where did it say that it was okay or acceptable to curse or to scream or to yell or to threaten or to demand things when they don't feel that they're getting something in return? Just the other day, I took a call, and before I could finish my greeting, the person began to curse at me and say to me, "You're just an operator. Do your job." Now, the funny thing about it was I had no idea what they were talking about, because apparently, from what I understood later, this is something that has been going on for quite some time. So by the time I got the call, I inherited the problem. The problem was the person didn't give me an opportunity to try to figure out what it is they were calling for. They felt that I was the enemy from the beginning. So they started to curse at me and yell at me. I couldn't do anything but just wait. Finally, when they were exhausted and they were done doing all the nasty cursing and spewing out all their nasty words and things that they wanted to get out of their system, my response was, "Hey, my name is Angel. I'm going to help you, but unfortunately, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're looking for. Give me an opportunity to try to help you. I don't know what it is that you're having difficulty with." When the person realized that maybe they should try to give me an opportunity, I was able to resolve their issue within about 45 to 50 seconds. I don't understand where people come off and they realize that it's okay to be disrespectful, to be rude, to be just plain out nasty. When did we change our environments? And I started thinking about this, and I started to talk to my colleagues at work, and I said, you know what I think happens is that too often there are people out there that, yes, probably get treated incorrectly, unprofessionally. They complain, and they complain so much that they get eventually something in return. So because they feel that they have to yell to get something, they treat that to every single situation that happens. And that's not the case. Don't get me wrong. Customer service is not what it used to be. People are lazy. People don't want to help. People don't want to work. People are always on their cell phones. People don't want to take the time to go the extra mile to help out a customer in need. But yet when they become the customer, they expect that representative to do what they don't do on a daily basis. It's hard to imagine that when you walk into a store, the days of walking into a store when they walk up to you and they say, "Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome. Can I give you any assistance?" And our first initial reaction was, "No, I'm good. I'm just looking." And then all of a sudden we'd look out for the person, reach out 10 minutes later, and then we'd ask them for some help. Those days are over. You walk in a department store, they don't even come up to you and ask for assistance. They don't even want to bother. And if you do walk into a certain store or a place like, hardware stores or Lowe's or places like, what's the other one? If it's not Lowe's, Home Depot, you have a hard time looking and finding people for that matter. That's the problem. The only time that you are bombarded are in a place where there is a sales commission. Those are the only times that you are completely annihilated at the door, especially if you're looking for a car. They want to get your attention. They want your business. But like I said, getting back to what I was trying to get at, the days of going into a department store and seeking out a representative that you need help are over, because their feeling is they will do everything they can to avoid you because they don't want to work. You know, it's funny. The other day I was walking into a store and I needed to buy a tie extender for a wedding I was going to do. And I needed that extender and I couldn't find a representative. Finally, I see somebody with a badge. And I reached over and I said, hey, can you help me over here? I'm looking for tie extenders. And it's the one line that I've noticed has become very common. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not my department. What happened to the days when everybody was willing to help, even if it wasn't their department? What happened to the days when we were training or being trained to learn all the departments in the location that we are in so that we can help any and everyone? Those days are over. And I don't understand why. It's a very frustrating thing that we go through each and every day. One of the things that are very, very near and dear to my heart is how often people are not happy with the world of phone trees. And I am going to do a separate episode on that, but let me just tie in a little bit. You know, 30 years ago, when you would call a number, you would either get one of two things: a busy signal or a live operator. Over time, we have evolved, and now we have phone trees. We have to go through one prompt to the other to get us to the correct department. I agree that some of these phone trees are ridiculous, and it feels like you sit there for 5 to 10 minutes before you actually can get to where you need to go. Totally understand. However, why is it that individuals that fail or rely on hitting the 0 button to get to an operator, only to discover that they are eventually going to have to go back to that prompt to select the correct location? People don't want to take the time to listen to the prompts. People want to get to something or someone faster. But this happens any and everywhere you go. We can actually go into a different category and talk about doctors. It is hard to actually get a doctor on the line. It is hard to get a hold of people all over in any type of business. That will be a separate topic. The topic today continues. Is the customer always right? No. And I will tell you why. Because I've used this line many times. If you're right and you're rude, then you're wrong. When you're the customer and the representative that's representing the company is disrespectful, rude, or unprofessional, it is not okay for you to start spewing out expletives, being disrespectful, cursing. It is okay to use your words and to be firm and ask for better assistance. But why is it that when things don't go our way, we feel the need to go to upper management, CEOs, or try to sue? Try and do your best to use your words. Communicate with the individual or their supervisor. Get it resolved. Don't need to take it to a level that doesn't need to be, especially if it's something that you know that someone could possibly figure out. For some reason, these type of environments get to a certain level where people walk into a store, walk into a location, and shoot up the place. Why? Why do we need to have anger? Why is it that we need to continue to show this negative part of the world? God put us on this planet to receive the fruits, not to be disrespectful to one another and not to hurt one another. We need to remember that each and every day. My prayer for everyone is this: as you go out into your daily routine, as you go out into your workplace, as you interact with people in sales, in department stores, in retail, give them an opportunity to try and be professional. If they're not, firmly explain to them that they're not being professional. Firmly explain to them that you'd rather deal with someone more professional than them. And if you need to take it to the next level, then do it. No reason to go and stoop to their level and be disrespectful, rude. Because once you become rude, then you become wrong. We're going to continue this topic on Monday with a part 2 of Is the Customer Always Right? And I'm asking each and every one of you to send us out a story or two about altercation or a situation that you have had with representatives, with you, the customer. I'd love to read them on the air. I hope you enjoy your Friday, your Saturday, and your Sunday. For Have Faith, Let It Begin. My name is Angel. God bless you, and have a great weekend. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day. Don't forget, everybody, we are available on our webpage, havefaithletitbegin.com. And if you haven't had a chance, just subscribe to us. We would love to have you part of the family. Don't forget, you can email me at angel@havefaithletitbegin.com. And as always, have faith and let it begin. God bless you.